Hello, it's Lisa. How's it going? Time to play. Let's look at all these goodies we have in this tray here, and we're going to work on an art journal. How's that sound? I've got some oil pastels. I've got some acrylic inks, brown and black ground espresso. Vintage, I'm sorry, Liquitex matte medium. I'm trying to rush because I have to work this afternoon, and it's like I just feel rushed today. I apologize. I'll slow down. Stabilo pencils, pencil sharpener, brush, palette knife, black heavy gesso, huh? Fun. I was just walking around my art space, and this is really how I have been doing this lately. Grabbed a tray, and anything that was laying on one of my desks or sticking out or looking at me, what had been, it got on the tray, and here it is. So that's what happened here. I've got some soft tools. I've got some pastel, and I've got some pan pastels that were sitting on my desk. We'll see. I don't know. You know, it was just speaking to me. Of course, a water bottle, soft rag, and my afternoon Diet Coke. We'll see what happens, okay? I'm trying to make these videos quicker, both for you and myself, because I got asked to do another job at Creamery Creek. I don't know if I told you that I picked up some hours at a community-based residential facility just right up the road from us, and they needed someone just to help out and clean in the residents' apartments. So 12 hours a week, no problem, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 until 2. You know, super great gig. I was listening to my podcast, remember? Yeah, I think I talked to you about podcasts, but I'm going to set up while I'm talking to you. And then Abby, unfortunately, had some different plans, and she was in charge of activities. Her title was Life Enrichment Coordinator. Well, they asked me if I wanted to do that. And I'm like, yeah, clean toilets, do activities with the residents, right? No brainer. So I started that this last week, and I've put in more hours, of course, than I've anticipated. But, you know, it's a new job. You got to get your feet wet, and things will work out. I'm sure of it, because I'm a really organized person. Excuse me. But, yeah, so I've been doing that, and I've just found myself a little bit behind the 8 ball. Anyway, it's pretty exciting. We're having a great time doing some different activities, and it's working out really good. So I'm really happy with it, and I think the residents are liking me. So it takes them a while to get used to you as much as it takes us, myself, to get used to the new job, right? So anyways, I wanted to show you a class that I have coming up. Super, super great class. We're going to make this and probably work on the background things, make this a little bit different. But these roses are amazing. I bet you can't wait to find out how I made them, huh? Look at these great cards. So this class, I'm hoping I can do for you online. A thing that you could do for me is actually in the comments below. Let me know if this would be something you're interested in, or abstract roses, I guess I'm going to call it. So let me know below. If nobody wants me to do it, then I'm not going to do it. It's simple as that. All right, so I wanted to show you that. I'm also working on abstract cards and on that line, because that's definitely an abstract rose. But there is a class out there by Dina Wakely, and I'll link it below. You've got to check it out. So she teaches you how to do abstract flowers. She has a really, really fun style, so I'm going to try and work on abstract flowers. And then when I was creating with the residents this week, we were making just get well cards out of old calendars. There's tons of old calendars there and old greeting cards people saved. So we were cutting those up. And this one I claimed for myself. I told them that I was going to, because look at all these great abstract flowers on this calendar. It's just jam-packed full. And this is going to, look at that, how easy that will be. This is going to be my inspiration for maybe something that I can do in the future. So that was fun. All right, let's go. We're going to work on this background in the art journal that we've been playing with. If you didn't see how I made this background, I'll link it in the description at the end, or watch to the end, and there'll be a click where you can watch how we made this background. We did it last Saturday, for instance. So what am I going to do here? This was, if we remember, a Dina Wakley acrylic spray. I'm trying to use my sprays for backgrounds because I have a ton of them, right? Okay, so I was thinking, walking around my art space, and these are the things that came to me. Some stencils. This black one is super black one. This numbers jumbo one is super great, maybe because it was black that is calling for me to do that. I love this one, but I'm not sure if it would be too much to do 2 different stencils. Maybe this is going to have to go by the wayside now. That's fine. This is something that was just talking to me, so this may be my sentiment here. Maybe something's going on that I have to pay attention. You know, maybe it has something to do with me working with the residents or something in activities. I don't know, but this has been talking to me. So we're going to use that. And this face has been staring at me for quite a while, hanging in my area. I'm going to try and freehand it, I think, to start with. And my thoughts, because this background is so slippery, I'm going to put just a little bit of collage into the background, because otherwise her face, you know, will be here. So I'm going to do a little bit of collage. We're going to do some stenciling with this black gesso, and I'm just going to do it quietly, turn on some music, and speed you along, okay? So I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I put my collage down with my matte medium Liquitex. I used my palette knife, got out all the wrinkles and bumps and bubbles. I darkened the edges. This was just too bright and in my face for my taste. You totally do you, right? It's totally up to you what you want to do. So that's how I've got it. So next I'm going to do some stenciling, and I'm going to be careful that I don't go too close to this because I want this to be dry. I might even need to get my heat tool out and dry that before we work on it for the face. Okay, so we're going to do some stenciling. Sorry, quick little Diet Coke break. Just going to do some stenciling. I'm going to leave this dry and probably be back in just a bit. Okay, let's do that. Now I'm going to do, I don't know why this one is just really calling to me, but so are the numbers. Which one do you think? I don't know, I'm going to go numbers. I use this stencil a lot, as you can tell, by Sean Petit. I can link the actual number and where to get it and everything online in the description below. And if I forget something, just let me know. It's not a problem. I'm going to use my palette knife, I believe. And we're going to see if I'm not going to mess this up. I'm going to have it like coming off of the corner here, I think will be cool. This should be pretty neat. It should be pretty dimensional, maybe is the word I'm looking for. I'm going to come right down into this 6 and the 2. I'm just going to commit. I'm going to be brave. Oh my goodness, I have a low battery in one of my smoke detectors. I apologize. I did not know that. And you know what? If it doesn't turn out, we can always wipe it up. Let's see. Stenciling is so great because of the reveal part of it. I'll get it down here. Camera's a little wonky today. I apologize. Here we go. I can live with that. I can live with that. Yep. So now this is really thick on here, and I don't want to put that all over, so I'm going to use a different part of the stencil. I'm going to kind of curl it right down here. And I really want to go as close to the spine as I can of the book. It's going to be a little difficult, so have patience with me. And some people have a hard time stenciling perfect. Well, I have a hard time doing other things perfect, so let's not try and be perfect, huh? I have a little bit of here and here that I don't like. I'm just going to use my water, dip my finger in there with my rag, and I'm just going to clean it up. And I always say, if somebody's looking at your art or your creation and they're like, oh, look at that little mark of mistake there. You know what? I always say they're too close to your artwork. Say, budge off. Keep right on walking, because we are not perfect here, and you are absolutely right. I got a little bit of paint or what have you where I didn't want it, but who knows? Somebody wanted it there, and that floor is kind of smudged up. I don't care. I don't care. I think it looks great. Now I'm going to put this corner, excuse me, up in this corner because it gives a visual triangle, right? And then I'm not mucking up the other. And when I load my gesso here, I'm loading this part of my brush upside down, right? You want this part so you can use the back of it. I kind of want this 8 in there. I don't know why. It's just telling me that I want to be in there. I want to be in there. And maybe it's just kind of like frosting a cake. Alright. Good enough for me. There's a big blotch right there. I don't care. I'm going to wipe out that because I can. Just using a little water. Good enough for me. Okay. Visual triangle. This is still wet. These are all wet. I'm going to go do something. Definitely clean my stencil. Probably my palette knife since I'm going down to get water. And I will be back. Alright. Hang tight. Alright. I let it dry a serious 30 minutes. But it's not totally dry. I'm not going to get my hand in this, okay? But this I used a heat gun with and dried it. So I'm going to use a piece of carbon paper. I'm going to put it down. Just have it in my hand where I know my collage paper is. And again, it doesn't matter if it's perfect, right? And I did kind of go down in a little bit to the left here instead of right in the middle. So that's kind of where I want my face to be. Down and a little bit to the left. How about like right there? Might even be just a little bit more. I'm using a stylus tool. I've got my carbon paper down. And I'm going to go around this lady's face. Some people say, oh, isn't this copying? Well, I'm definitely copying this image, but there is no way that this art journal page is going to be the same as someone else's, right? Okay, so this is giving me the opportunity to practice faces in a different way that is way less intimidating for me. So this is not going to be sold. This is not going to be anything all that fancy. It's just about the process. I say that so much in my classes. People get hung up on so much of that. But do what you can. Leave what you can behind. Whatever, whatever. I do like that round sun behind her too, but well, we can always put it in later, right? So I should have the basic face on there. Yes, there she is. She's beautiful. Totally missed the mark here for gouache, but it doesn't matter, right? We are doing this for the process. I'm going to use a Stabilo All pencil in black. I love these. Love, love, love. Probably one of my favorite art supplies. I'm going to keep my picture over here of my lady. And I'm going to go over these marks. And you don't have to do all the marks if you don't want to. I'm just going to get her mouth in. Get her nose in. Get her eyes in. She's got great eyes, don't she? Then she's got eyebrows up here. Eyebrow. Eyeball. And then I'm just gonna draw those in just because I like to. Some people like to, some people don't. I do. I like to see my lady. So that's a super easy way of doing a face in an art journal. Huh? Love her. Love her. This is going to go like this. She's got some things hanging down. It's part of her hair, right? And down here, this is part of her hair. Yes. And we got squigglies going on here. I'm going to use my non-dominant hand for squigglies here. Give her a little bit more on that side. Love her. I'm going to give her some water. Maybe if my spray bottle will work. Isn't that frustrating when you can't find a spray bottle that works? Ugh, all of mine are packed for a class that I'm having tomorrow. All right. Gave her some water. Activates that. I'm going to take a brush. Hopefully I have one somewhere. Yes. Oops, I've got a brush right here. And this part, oh, I love. Because you can be so, what's the word, carefree, willy-nilly. You want it to look different than our image, right? You want it to look your own. Nice. Where's my water? Oh. Okay. I'm going to give a little dry heat with my heat gun, and I'll be back. All right. She's a little dry now. Let's add in some oil pastels and see what happens. This is like a flesh tone. Maybe blend it with my hand a little bit, fingers. They're real creamy. This is something I don't use much. Gonna get rid of that yellow maybe. She looks a little jaundiced. Okay, I'm going to take this a little bit farther. And we'll see what happens here. You have a rounded nose somehow. I don't mind it. I didn't give her any sort of neck. Let's see her picture. I can see with my Stabilo, where'd you go, that her neck comes down and around, and it's actually kind of her back. She is kind of looking over her shoulder here. And I've never done a face like that before. I kind of gave her a fat neck. One of the residents the other day said I had a fat neck. That's true. I'm trying to lose a little weight, but it's funny. The residents are funny. They don't have a filter. Sometimes I think that's the most fun. So, okay, we got her shoulder. This is her shoulder. Shoulder. That's better. Okay. I will keep going. I'm just running out of time. If I want this video up for you this weekend, or do I just keep working on it and have a long one next week? What do you think? I don't know. I'm just babbling now. Well, she looks alright. Let's give her some white to her eyes. And see what happens there. I'm going to take a look. So now she's got green eyes. Green, let's go for it. Let's find the green in here. Here's like a really neat olive color. Hazel eyes we could give her. And this is a little different than what I've been using. This one here is a Neo Color 1. So it is not water soluble, just like the oil pastels. They are not water soluble. They're the top of the heap when you're putting down your mediums. I don't know what to say. Top of the painting, top of the picture. She's got some eyelashes over here. I'm looking at the reference picture here. Yeah, I think it's all right. And she's got a little eyelashes here, I think, too. And then we've got the dark in her eye, and then the white reflection. So I don't know. This is just a way to make faces. I'm going to get a smaller brush. Be right back. This is just a less intimidating way to make faces for me. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's so many people that like that style, and I like that style. I'm going to smear that black, and I'm going to add that white little highlight in there. Can you see where I left it open? Just like that. Just like that. Lips, let's see, her lips darker on the top. Let's give her a little life, maybe. What color? I don't know. Maybe this one. It's called dark ochre, and it's kind of a reddish. Look at that color. Give her a little lipstick. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. The chirping of my smoke detector. I don't know about her nose, but we can go on and on and on and on and on and on. But I don't have time. So you got the gist of it. Super fun. I like the lady. I'm going to give her a little bit of... I gotta take a little bit of this lipstick away. I don't think I can really get it off. I'll add a little more black. Maybe that'll fix it. She's got a little smirk. And if you turn up the ends of the lips a little bit, I feel that she has a little more character. Yes, I don't know. Maybe a little mark here for a chin of some sort. Yes, I don't know. Maybe put this, not white, we don't want white. A little flesh tone there. Took away too much, maybe. Now it looks like she might have a ketchup mustache or something. I don't know. I feel that it's time for me to quit. It's a work in progress. You know what I mean? It can sit here all week long, and when I have a busy week, I can maybe get back to it. I'm going to go with some of these brown on top of my black. Why? I don't know. Because I felt like maybe I gave it too much. I don't know. It's good for now. Okay? This is where I'm going to leave it. This is where I'm going to leave you. I hope you liked the video. Leave me a message below. Let me know if you want to see that abstract roses. Alright? I will do my best to get back to you again in another week on another Saturday. So, you're going to want to know where this image came from. I'm sure it is from paperdesigns.it. It is washi paper, Carta de Riso per Decoupage, and it says Fairies 0079. I don't know. I just had it hanging like the face. There you go. And now that I'm looking at her, I kind of want to give her a little, like a highlight on her chin. Maybe on her cheek there. In the white. Of her eye. Maybe right there, just a little highlight. Maybe in her forehead. We never even used any of our pastels. Chalk pastels, but now we can't because this layer is oil pastels, so this is how it's going to have to be. I could put my word on here. I think I'm going to probably have to keep working on this, and if I do, I will leave a final picture of it in our Facebook group, which is Everything Paper and Glue. If you want to get into that, you just have to answer, I think, 3 questions. So I know I am not you. I know you are not a robot, and that sounds great. We'll leave it here. Talk to you soon. Bye. Have a great week.